What's new in the loop? Back at it again, y'all. It's Burn 1KB, Need Mo Tree, man. Y'all know what's up, man. Yo, I got two of the dopest young cats in the city, man, doing their thing, man. One is a DJ, one is a radio personality. They both is radio personalities pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Yo, let the world know who y'all is if they ain't familiar with these two guys right here.
Hey, man, check this out, man. You know what I'm saying? The Airwave Killer. Tapping in with my boy, what's new in the loop. Y'all know y'all can check Google and Yahoo. It's KIZZQ, Kizz Kizzy Q. On the copyrights both names. This is my brother.
Y'all know what it is, man. DJ Flight, the Airwave Spinner.
Ooh!
No, but you know what I'm saying. You know, it's the Mixx, man. Streetz 105.1.
It's the Mixx.
Y'all know what it is, man.
For sure, man. Man, y'all got a lot going on, making a lot of big moves in the city, outside the city, here and there, you know. Just break down to me, man, what y'all been doing as far as like getting all these artists together, you know, for these different events going on. Pretty much your Fire Thursdays, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Thursday Fire! Yeah. Well, yeah, shout out to all the artists that's been participating in the Thursday Fire. It's been a great show. The events has been picking up a lot of traffic in the community and nationally too. But really the concept of Thursday Fire is because we structured a well balanced structure of events that we've been doing with the Mixx Live. So shout out to Mixx Live, everybody who participated in Mixx Live 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6 is on the way. So the Mixx Live is where we present a big opportunity for an artist to go to a national show, or if it's a televised show, or if it's a national event, such as like different tours, different specialized shows for major companies, major artists, major labels. What we do at the Mixx Live is give an opportunity for artists to go out of state. We've been to a lot of B.E.T pre-shows, so shout out our people at B.E.T events.
Shout out.
That was kind of how we first kind of structured the Mixx Live. It was around the connections that we was building with people out of St. Louis, and just the different big events that we've been going to as well. So that's kind of how we did that, giving away performance slots for people to perform there. You win the show, you go to Atlanta, you go to Texas, you go to South by Southwest, you go to all these different major events around the country and expose your talent and break to other markets. So once we built a larger platform within the Mixx Live performance shows, because we got the radio show, we got the music, but creating the element to where artists can come out and actually perform and actually gain something after that, not just coming to just a show and like an open mic. Those things are cool, but I feel like once you get past that, it's something else that needs to happen after, or you should look for after, you know what I'm saying, in your career. So just the science behind the Mixx Live, we actually put thought into it, building our connections and our resources and giving away a major opportunity for artists. So once that all kicked off, we did the Mixx Live Volume 1 with the B.E.T pre-show. We took an artist there. Mixx Live Volume 2, we connected with Universal Music and N-Grooves, South by Southwest. That went crazy. Mixx Live Volume 3, shout out my boy DJ Tab, man, CEO of Streetz 105, man.
Shout out Tab.
That's like Big Cuz, man. But, straight up. We connected with his platform and Sirius XM and Shade 45, so we gave away some radio slots for that. Well, the Mixx Live Volume 3. Volume 4, we went back. What we do? What we do in Volume 4? We went back
Volume 4, I think that was the...
Oh, that was the Hip Hop Award.
That was the
B.E.T. Hip Hop Award.
Can't forget about the Hip Hop.
Of course not.
Man, can't forget about that.
Mixx Live Volume 4, we gave away a few slots for artists to open up at the B.E.T. Hip Hop Awards pre-show in Atlanta. Hosted by my dude Fashion Pre, which is the same guy we got coming to St. Louis. We're going to talk more about that too.
February 10th.
Yeah. But Mixx Live Volume 4, we actually had the opportunity to connect with more B.E.T. officials, and we went to the Hip Hop Awards pre-show, and the televised show.
Okay.
So it was definitely a cool experience, and it was real fun, man. Whole lot of shit happened that weekend.
Crazy. That type of way, it's crazy.
How do y'all go about picking the people that are going to go with y'all? You know what I'm saying? And, or is it like a contest or something like that, or like y'all? Do y'all declare a winner when y'all there at these things? When y'all set this whole thing up, like at these events?
It's a dynamic of a few things. Ultimately, one being a factor of the artists and what they're there to bring and how they just present themselves overall from the time they walk in to the time they leave. So how we decide on picking the artists I know a couple of our first shows, we had a couple special guest judges. Shout out to K Mean, DJ K Mean, Coalition DJs. She came out to the first one. Indy Red, Real STL News. And who else we had? We had Reggie Dub. Shout out my boy Reggie Dub. He was also one of the special guests, judges and hosts.
Views from the Arch.
Oh, shout out my dude Views. Yep, shout out Views. Yep,
shout out Blanco Tarantino.
Yep, Blanco. He was there at the first 1 and 2 Mixx Live. But ideally, we just grab a couple of like-minded, well platforms in the city to come out and you know what I'm saying, give they educated, or just be there for one. Yeah. Be there to experience the moment in the show, and also, use their creative abilities to decide, what their top artist was.
I feel like what you brothers is doing is building back the St. Louis rap scene. Like y'all definitely a part of that for sure. And like it's like a whole collective of people just coming together now in our generation. Really, like trying to put this thing back on the map. Like I see we starting to have our artists pop up more on the Say Cheeses, B.E.T. Jam, stuff like that here and there. Shade 45, they playing Big Boss Vet. You know what I'm saying? DJ Tab, you know what I'm saying? Man, what's different now in today's generation versus like back when the Nellys, when the Hueys and all of them was coming up? You know what I'm saying? St. Louis always been a underground, you know what I'm saying, like rap scene, you know what I'm saying, but them dudes is really putting us on the map back in the day, you know what I'm saying, so we know what happened with that, the ups and downs, them artists just went through, rest in peace to Huey, you know what I'm saying, what's different now, you know what I'm saying, from back then?
You know what, I would start off and say, what's different now is,
and I don't mean to cut you off, because now we always have some reputation also that years ago, artists, you can't work together in St. Louis, but now you're starting to see a change. People are starting to work more together.
Exactly, bro. And my thing about that is because artists are getting smarter. Over time, we all got smarter and learned the game. Back then, here in St. Louis, me and bro always used to talk like, man, you need to change the St. Louis scene, you need to change the music scene, you need to change. The artists need to change, promoters need to change, everything needed to change, you know what I'm saying? But what's different now is I feel like it's the internet, it's social media. It's literally like we can take our phone, from nothing and build a radio show. You know what I mean? Like, and just create, you know what I'm saying? Just be more creative and create something from nothing, literally nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like social media has a really big part in that, for us to be more independent, as creators.
Would you say that social media could be a gift and a curse?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
I would most definitely say that too. So two things, just to kind of collectively answer your question. Because social media most definitely plays a major part in the activity that every entrepreneur or rapper or singer, whoever that they do, because that's the other outlet that you need. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote need, because it's in existence right now. You can use it to monetize and gain traffic and exposure, and all that's good too. But me personally, I feel like the difference between back then and now is if you think about it, and I have this conversation periodically with people that I talk to about music and stuff. If you look at the stats records back then, the actual like the records that's being spent from these companies and everything like that.
Right. The
Nellys, the Chingies, the Jaquans, the you know what I'm saying, Ebony Eyes, the whole nine. When those people like popped, it was like a domino effect. It was Nelly and then Chingy, and then next thing you know, here goes like 10 more artists from St. Louis that's popping. So now you got the radio stations actually working together. Yeah. Me being, you know what I'm saying, a person that's worked in the radio industry for about 8 years now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a rookie to it. I've been around the biggest DJs in St. Louis, and I ain't gonna name drop. They all know me because I've worked at 3 other stations before I got at Streetz. So I took my time to understand and learning the game, the whole element of radio and how it's being ran, the dynamics from the political side to the actual radio side, to the entertainment side, because there's 3 different parts to this radio shit. It's not just one. And so from learning it, it's also a political side. It's also a certain, however you want to call it, favoritism that was going on. Back then, the radio stations were working together. You had 104, you have 100.3 The B.E.T, You know what I'm saying? You had a couple more that was all playing the same music. Everybody was playing Nelly, everybody was playing Chingy, everybody was playing Jaquan, everybody was playing Jibbs, everybody was playing Ludy. You know what I'm saying? All of these guys were flourishing because the art, for one, the artists and the radio stations and the media platforms were working together. At some point, and you know, maybe some OGs feel different, whatever. But like I said, I've been in this game and I learned. And this is just my opinion on it again too. But looking at facts, all of these people work together. And so when you are a A&R from a different city or whatever, and you go to St. Louis and you hear about Nelly before you get there, or Jaquan or anybody else, you're going to actually see the physical encounter when you go to a radio station and you're hearing their shit, or you go to the club and you're hearing their music, or you go to a family function or somewhere and you actually hearing these artists. So back then, it was, I wouldn't say it was easy because nothing is easy, but the timing and everything, if you just worked and you stayed on your grind, considering it was hate, but it was a lot of other people that was working together. The important pieces were working together.
Right.
And as soon as the disconnect happened, you know, I'm not gonna blame it on who or what, because that's not my opinion to do that. I don't judge anybody. But what happened was the disconnect between artists and radio stations and media platforms somehow broke, because the disconnect from the artist to artist broke. Artists wasn't supporting artists anymore. You had a lot of people saying, "Oh, he did this, he did that," and then somehow everything just lost its way in connection and connectivity. So when that happened, then you got artists moving out of town, they ain't supporting, you know, whatever.
Right.
And then you can some radio vets will say, well, you know, it's also a corporate thing, because you know these labels are paying obviously radio stations and people, hey, spin this record. So I get the analytical side of that, but you still a DJ. You can play whatever you want. At the end of the day, you have a formulated, categorized number of songs that you play in your system, in your database. Yeah, we get all that. But as a DJ, you can still play somebody's record if you want to. You know what I'm saying? My dude, shout out Shorty the Prince, bro.
Yeah,
Such an inspiring guy. Like when I was young coming in, you know, cats like DJ Tab, you know what I'm saying? Shout out DJ Quinn. These are guys I looked up to when I got in. They was showing me the ropes. And you know, they was telling me like, yo, you know, do your thing. Don't worry about everybody else and what they doing, because you already know it's a game that's going on. But it's how you impact it and what you learn from it. You know what I'm saying? So just to answer your question about that subject, I feel like the connectivity of artists and media just fell loose. And it could be for community reasons. It could be for a whole bunch of reasons. But I feel like that's ultimately what happened. Because if you look at the forefront of things now, we the hottest in the Midwest, you know what I'm saying, humbly speaking, but we actually play local music. And we take our local music out of St. Louis to Texas, to Milwaukee, to Atlanta, to California, coming up February 25th, you know what I'm saying, to New York. I ain't even been to New York yet, and all my New York people out there know about St. Louis. They already know, obviously, because of the history involved, but I'm talking about today's time. I'm not talking about 20 years ago. I'm talking about right now, with a whole new face of people that's in a whole nother market. So,
right, because when you go out of town, all they wanted to say, you know, Nelly, you know, 30 deep. You know what I'm saying?
You know, yeah. So
I'm gonna say this too. The expectation of St. Louis artists is very high. It's high. Like it's like, look at Nelly. You know what I'm saying? Look at Chingy. Look at SZA. You know what I'm saying? Look at even Smino. You know what I'm saying? Like those
really hot.
Really hot. Don't select artists. Just Smino and SZA. Just say specific.
They're the hottest right now.
They're the hottest. Even Metro Boomin. You know what I'm saying? Producers. It's like the status and stature of the artists here in St. Louis is set very high. You can't, like, I'm gonna just mention this for example. I really didn't want to, but HighSpeed Music. A lot of cats around here talk about HighSpeed Music, and especially from St. Louis. Why ain't it got on yet? I'm gonna be the first one to put it on. The market's not looking for that. The expectation of St. Louis, that's not a part of that. HighSpeed Music is not a part of that expectation. You know, a lot of people say St. Louis is known for party music, upbeat music, in which we are. You know, I would agree that we are. So I just think the expectation, man, it's set so high that you just gotta be something. You gotta be a spark, man. You gotta be shining.
Right, you gotta be that one.
Yeah,
you gotta be him. You gotta be her. Like, you know what I'm saying? What they like to say.
I'm him.
Yeah, him. You know, him Neutron.
I'm Neutron. I'm out. This guy.
Yeah, for sure, man. Now, what's going down February 10th? You know what I'm saying?
Man, February 10th, we got the first official B.E.T. NAACP Image Awards pre-show, St. Louis.
Yes, sir.
The first one. Now, all of the Mixx Live shows that we have done last year, we did like 5 in like 4 months. And so all of them were successful. Each and every artist that participated and performed and got to the next show actually ended up either winning that show or getting a major opportunity from that show. So what we did this time around is I said this year, since everybody feels like the concept of, I got to get out of St. Louis. Yeah, you technically do have to get out of your city once you have collected enough resources and gained enough traction, right? But at the same time, what if you flip that scenario? What if the connections that you got outside of St. Louis, why don't you just bring them to St. Louis? If you really like moving like that in your city and out of your city, who's to say that you can't bring the people that you meet out of the city to the city?
Yep.
So me and bro was talking last year, and I was like, bro, for the new year, everybody that we met out of town or whatever, all of the dope stuff that we was able to collectively do, the events, you know what I'm saying, the major tours and stuff that we got planned up and that we already been a part of, let's bring them to the city.
Right.
Since people, they have their opinions anyway, that's cool. Everybody's entitled to whatever, right? But facts are facts and receipts are receipts. Yeah, and so, I just humbly say that because the man that I am, if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Right. And not only that, I'm going to look at you while I'm telling you, and it's going to happen right in front of you. I wouldn't want to be in a position like this to give people false hopes. And that's also what was going on, years ago, too. You have people that, I know this person, and then they just don't fall through with the opportunity.
Ain't no movement.
Right. They have a show, and then, we're going to give you some this and that, and then it just never happens. Mm-hmm. And so you got disappointed artists, you know what I'm saying, who's already paying their last dollar to probably even get to the event. You know what I'm saying? I want the opportunity to be real. Yeah. So the fact that we put together a collective of shows and a platform for artists, I want them to know like they can look at us and trust us with the opportunity that we're giving them because it is real.
Right. So ain't no cap here, you know what I'm saying?
No, sir.
Straight up.
No, sir. February 10th, man, the first annual B.E.T. NAACP Image Awards pre-show going down in St. Louis, hosted by Kizz, however y'all want to say it. I get paid both ways. Shout out my dog Fashion Pre. He's a dope brother from New York, man. He holding it down up there, and so he is a coordinator with B.E.T. He work in the events department. And so we just exclusively last year locked in on a dope partnership with the Mixx and B.E.T. events. So they're gonna be in St. Louis, and he got more people on the way.
That's amazing, so right there.
The whole summary of, because everybody's like, okay, what's this? What you giving away? What you giving away? For one, we connected with them. We connected with B.E.T. and brought them here, or is bringing them here, so that people can, you know what I'm saying, tap in. If you got music. If you're an entrepreneur, whatever you do, you know what I'm saying, you might not even be a part of the show. You can just be there for the access, you know what I'm saying? Right. But if you are an artist and you are competing, what we are doing is we're giving away one official ticket to attend the 2023 B.E.T. NAACP Awards that's going down February 25th in California. So the winner of this show that we're doing, it's not just a pre-show that they get, another pre-show they get invited to. That's obviously dope too. But we connected with my bro to the point to where he was like, you know what? I'm giving somebody away a ticket to go to the show. Because we're going to be going to the show as well. Yeah. So it's going to be dope to see somebody go.
And what do people got to do to be able to, you know what I'm saying, be at the show on the 10th, be at the show on the, I'm sure you got something this Thursday coming up too.
Thursday Fire. So we actually planning it now. Yeah. Thursday Fire is a dope upcoming showcase platform for local artists, entrepreneurs, whoever trying to get into music and really do their thing. Shout out my dude Jay Star, Star Connections. We partnered with him over at Sapphire Room, so it's been going really crazy. We've been having artists every other week, 12 to 15 artists on the roster. So we're gonna keep that continuing. And so we might do something this week. It's actually supposed to be every Thursday deal, but we made it to every other Thursday move. So that way we can kind of just, collectively put the things together that we need. So more details on that for sure. But how you sign up, man, just log on to the Mixx page, hit the Mixx Radio show up on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever, and say, yo, I'm trying to perform, I'm trying to get a slot, what I got to do.
Yeah.
If you look on the Streetz page, my page, DJ Flight page, the radio show page, it's going to have all the details. We drop the flyers too. We selling slots. Just look it up.
Just like that.
Tap in. Right.
When did you brothers decided that, I know that you DJ, you know what I'm saying, you was into radio coming up, if I'm right. So just basically just take me through where y'all from and what led y'all on y'all path and what y'all doing now.
Okay. So I mean, you know, I'll start. You elaborate a little bit.
I did.
So I'm gonna start right here. So
Alright.
me, this is my boy. We go back first and foremost, kids. You know, I'm talking about kids running around the barbershop days.
Straight up.
That's when we first met. And we didn't meet again until sophomore year of high school. And we actually became good friends then, really good friends. And from there, man, conversations every single day about music. He was rapping, I was making beats, you know what I'm saying, every day in the studio, man. Till graduated, went to school, went to EI by Nelly.
Okay. Shout out to the EI.
Shout out to EI.
Nelly Nell.
And shout out all my people that went to EI, man.
Yeah.
I see everybody doing their thing, and, you know, just salute to everybody. But back to the story. We actually, through college, man, every day, sessions, talking about music, talking about how the city needs to change, how music needs to change, everything, all this. Until one day, my bro actually went through a couple of, he used to work for several radio stations, High 104.1 and iHeart Radio. So that's 100.3 The B.E.T.
Yeah.
And so the thing happened where he unfortunately had to put aside the major radio stations, and he ended up at Streetz 105.1. But I started DJing a couple years before this, so I was already kind of into it. He got up here in promotions and talking to Tab, and he told him about me, and then I ended up coming up here on D Smooth's show. He was doing promotion up here at the station, and I was spinning on D Smooth's show. Shout out Smooth. And one day, man, bro picked up the camera on the phone, went live on IG, Streetz 105.1 IG, and while I was spinning records, and we just started turning up, man. I mean, just playing local music, mainstream music, mixing it all in.
Sure.
And it just turned into the mix, bro. Like it literally just
like that.
Just like that, bro. Like it just turned into the mix out of nowhere, you know, like. So it's crazy, man. How it happened. That's my little recollection.
That's a cool story, man. Shoot,
That nigga skipped from high school all the way to now.
I mean, you gotta give like a little rundown.
Little something slight, you know what I'm saying?
What you do after high school? Like, what you just
shit? I was in school still.
Y'all ain't different that one.
Trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing.
Y'all ain't different that with no sports or nothing like that.
But he
didn't left that part. I know you already said
you know what?
I'm
supposed to go to school for football, and I had a couple of scholarships. I did, but I passed it up to pursue the music career.
Okay, I think has it paid off well for you?
You know what? It has. I don't regret it, man. I don't regret it at all. Seriously, I really don't. Just to have something like this in the platform, man, I don't regret the decision, man. I don't.
For sure, man. Man, how can people go about getting their music played? You know what I'm saying, during the session, you know?
Several ways, man. Really, they can, like I said, follow us on IG. Follow my new IG because, you know, they said I was getting too famous. They had to hack my other one, you know. But I'm working on getting that back. But yeah, follow KIZZYQ on Instagram, Facebook, and just look me up on Google, KIZZQ, Kids Q. And really just follow the Mixx Radio show page, man. Send us a DM if you're trying to get on the show, if you're trying to get on the Mixx Live, any of the exclusive events that we got coming up. And that's pretty much how you tap in. As far as, you know, just the whole history behind everything, pretty much like my brother said, you know what I'm saying, we go way back. So it's already, you know, chemistry there as far as family. Yeah. Our families are tied in pretty heavy too.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I left that out too.
You left a whole lot of shit out.
we basically
our peoples grew up, man.
Our families grew up.
His uncles and his dad, or his uncle started cutting my hair, and then now his dad years later. And so, you know, but this thing it's a real special move, you know what I'm saying? Coming up, before I even got in the radio, you know what I'm saying, I'm actually a recording artist myself, so I've been performing since I was 5 years old, you know what I'm saying? singing in the church choir at 7. But I kind of stopped singing in the church as I got older. I wish I didn't because I had such a natural voice at singing, and it definitely helped my rapping too. But I've been performing, man, since I started at 13. So a lot of the local showcases I've already been to in the city, meeting different promoters that I'm, and now cahoots with, working with now. Mm-hmm. So actually just doing music for the amount of years I've been doing it, it allowed me to have my face card, presented and my music presented and just meeting people. Before I even popped off in the radio, like that shit, I was already, moving before I even got in. But I knew what I wanted to do as far as music and radio. So just as we connected and making music, we got a mixtape that we had put out years ago that did really well. It's called Jump. So that was like my first EP where I gained a lot of like traction in the city and out the city. People in Atlanta discovering who I am, people in Alabama and Texas, things like that. So when I put that collective body of work out and I started performing, that allowed me to open up opportunities to perform for a lot of major acts. I opened up for The Baby when he first got here about 3 or 4 years ago. After that, my 10 and 300. Who else? Man, Twister. Whole bunch of cool people. NLE Chopper. So just over time, just working, dropping music, doing freestyle videos. That's honestly how I got my lane. Because I got a lot of YouTube videos where I'm just in the basement rapping and stuff like that. Shout out my twin brother Quentin. He was shooting a lot of my videos early on. So that's really how I just came up in the music. And so when I went to EI by Nelly, I connected with a lot of educators there that was already in the music industry. Me and bro was going there, and there was a lot of other dope people that was going there too. But that's how I, was able to utilize my connections and who I knew and just really just effectively, do what I wanted to do. And not just rely on me knowing people or whatever, but really going there and handling business, staying on top of the grades, being on time. No, I'm not perfect, none of us are perfect, but just really executing the plan is what I went there to do. And so towards the end of the graduate, where I'm about to graduate, I ended up connecting with a lady named Miss Blue, and she actually was the one who got me an interview at the other radio station, she hit up somebody that she knew that was working in promotions, and she was like, yo, I got this guy, he's dope, he got a good grade, check him out. So really, that's how I got my interest. Went up there, showed them my resume, they was like, oh yeah, we fucking with you, yeah, let's do it. So then a few weeks after that, I had my interview, and boom, long story short. But just over time, developing a work ethic, a serious work ethic about myself and what I do, and allowing people to see me for who I really am, and out of music or whatever. That's how I really was able to gain the, that certain respect level. You ain't gotta like me personally, but if I'm there to do something, you're gonna know the full effect of what's gonna happen, and just everything about the whole move. So that's basically how I got into radio, man. I was able to work a lot of dope shows. I've seen the biggest shows in St. Louis, the Beyonce, the J. Cole, the Wiz Khalifa, all these.
You feel me?
I've pretty much been around, I've been around a lot of, celebrities and just being around a lot of, people like that's in the business. You get to really see how things move and how certain deals are made and how you even just communicate on that type of level. So by me being in radio, I would say it most definitely helped build my connections, my resources, and actually take a person from this level to the next level and include myself too. So
most definitely, man. Man, what can we expect from y'all for the rest of the 2023?
Shit, nothing but greatness.
Big moves! Big moves!
Fire!
Nothing but fire! I'm finna play tag right now.
Man, straight up. Ain't nothing but just, crazy. All I gotta say is stay tuned. Just stay tuned, man. Like,
yeah, 2023 is gonna be a fun year, man.
It's gonna be crazy.
We 2 years in strong with the Mixx Radio show. So again, shout out my dude DJ Tab, man, giving us the opportunity to, really take this thing and run with it, man, and touch people's lives, man. That's the main thing about me, about my bro DJ Flight is like, we don't do this shit to look cool. Like, I was already cool before this shit. You know what I'm saying? I was already me before this. I did this because I'm in love with what I do, and I love to help other people and see them smile by what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Because it seems like it's like competition. You know what I'm saying?
They in competition with themselves.
I don't necessarily know who, but like. When you doing things out of love, man, you just don't see that stuff. Like, you don't even feel it. You know, like you ain't got no choice but to, you know, catch it because it's there. But like, my thing is, like, if you on your grind and you love and passionate about something, not even that gonna stop you. That ain't even gonna be in your environment. You know what I'm saying? Just the competition, the bad vibes, whatever. You know, bad energy. Just focus and work with people who are like minded. And who are positive, you know, so you can have positive results, and you know, just overall, just be smarter about things.
Positive results.
Positive results.
Positive results.
That's what it's about. Positivity. You gotta be positive and just be willing to learn. You know, take advice. A lot of people think they got it. You know, you don't got it. You know, like when you actually being humble, you gotta realize just take a step back and apply it to what you're trying to do. That way you can correct yourself and actually move a lot smoother, you know. So I just think, man, for us, you know, for us to Mixx Streetz 105.1, we a team. You know, we work as a team, we gel as a team. You know, that's how we come. You know, we ain't in competition with nobody. You know, we want to help everybody. You know, that's what we made this show for. You know, to help bring opportunities. You know.
Yeah, y'all definitely bringing opportunities to a lot of these young brothers and sisters out here with this fire.
Fire! Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I wasn't even gonna take it there with two things, right? Fire! Y'all know that's in St. Louis. And Kizzy, I'm just gonna tell you the whole little quick backstory on that. Kizzy started in St. Louis. I love everybody from everywhere.
Right, to know Kizzy.
Kizzy came from St. Louis. I'm gonna tell you a quick little summary, right?
All right.
When I first came up with my name, right? Because I get a lot of people from all over, like, bro, how did this Kizzy thing come about? How did you come up with it? How did you know what I'm saying? Yada yada whoop whoop. I came up with my name, Kizz in 2011. This was right before I left, you know what I'm saying, high school, Hazelwood Central I was going to. You know what I'm saying? Went out to you know what I'm saying, St. Charles, O'Fallon area. But I came up with my name in 2011 when nobody even saying Kizz, none of it. And how I even came up with it, just the whole summary of the name, I used to wear K-Swiss a lot when I was in school, coming up as a kid. You know what I'm saying? That was just like the go-to shoe that my peoples would always give me. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm finna just look fly in it. It's me, you know what I'm saying?
Especially them all whites.
So yeah, the all white joints, yeah. So the K-Swiss, I'm like, you know what if I flip that? You know what I'm saying? Scratch the W out, just put the I and the ZZ. I'm like, you know what? That'd be Kizz. And then, because coming up, I used to, like, always try to figure out a rap name. My name started with a Q. I could never come up with a rap name. I'm like, little this, little that. I'm like, nah, that shit whack.
Right, cause
I gotta be, you know what I'm saying, be me.
Right, all these niggas got little this.
Young, but I'm like 10, 11, you know what I'm saying? Or even like 15, 16, or not 16.
Because it's that generation, everybody was coming out with that little in front of their name, you feel me? Or young, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little young, you know what I'm saying?
Little youngin'. Little youngin'.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oversaturated.
So I said, man, it gotta be something cool. It gotta be something me, you know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
And when I just came up with the whole name, I started to brand myself. My new identity for music is Kizz. So when I used to perform, a lot of the promoters that you know now that's been doing their thing 10 plus years, radio, DJs, personalities, they will always call me Kizzy. Like, no cap. They'll be like, oh, Kizzy, shout out Kizzy Q, getting good. I'm like, man, it's Kizz Q, nigga, like K-I-Z-Z-Q. But then everybody, I don't know if it's a St. Louis thing or, you know, we like this. Slow our words a little bit, make it our own name. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
We put R's and Y on it and everything.
They do R and Y and everything. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'll be like, yeah, Kizz Q. They go, oh, Kizz. Okay, oh, Kizzy. Like, they'll just throw the Y in there. So, really, St. Louis gave me Kizzy. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. And you know, I've met with a lot of people from different markets working in radio and working everywhere. So, they know me as Kizzy. You know what I'm saying? Or Kizz. So, that name, you know, definitely started here. And it might be some other people that got the same name. I know a couple artists that definitely has Kizzy in their name too. So, but just the whole origin behind it is St. Louis.
How you come up with DJ Flight, man?
Flight.
Yeah.
You know, Flight came from St. Louis too.
Flight did come from St. Louis.
Born and raised there. I'm just playing. Actually, my how I came up with it is actually creative. I actually am a '90s baby. I was born in '93. My mom, she got a nickname for me, and I'm gonna give y'all this exclusive because I don't never tell nobody this. But my mom nickname for me is J Bird. So you know, I was thinking about names in high school when I started producing. I actually started producing when I was 12, but I got more into it in high school, and the name J Bird didn't stick with me. I'm like, that ain't the one. So you know, one of my favorite shoes at the time had Flight on. You know, the Jordan, the J's, the threes, and actually, I took that. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna spin off of it. Call myself True Flight in high school. A lot of people know me as True Flight back in them days, but after high school, I dropped True, cause True, you know, 2 Chainz was out. True. I'm like, you know what? Let me just put that at the beginning. And then after high school, I took the True out, called myself Flight, you know. But then I became a DJ about 3-4 years after high school, and then finally I got up here and started calling myself DJ Flight. But it really came from my mom nickname J Bird, but I didn't want to call myself J Bird.
DJ J Bird.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna call myself Flight, something that got to deal with flying, you know, flight. And then I'm like, you know, it's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect because I'm a '90s baby, and then my favorite shoes, you know, have Flight on it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be Flight.
It's just like that. Okay.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, man. Hey, it was great interviewing both of y'all, man. And February 10th, man. I'll let them know one more time. And where can they follow y'all? And where can y'all be reached at?
Shit.
As far as social media.
Contact my manager or my lawyer.
Wow.
With my money. I'm just kidding, man. Hey, February 10th is the B.E.T. NAACP Image Awards pre-show. Shout out to NAACP, man. We expected some heavy hitters from the chapter of St. Louis to pull up too. Yeah. But February 10th, we're gonna be live at Club Incognito. The hottest artist of the night. We'll be going to the 2023 BET NAACP Image Awards actual show, the televised show in California, February 25th. So one artist from St. Louis is gonna be going out there. Now this is an exclusive event, so you gotta make sure you have everything right. Gotcha. But we offering one ticket, just one ticket for artists to go, and you will be having a seat at the BET NAACP Image Awards. Shout out our people at BET Events, man. They've been showing us so much love since we started this radio show. And man, it's just a blessing to be able to connect with a platform like that. And just to give away opportunities, man. So we Mixx Radio show. Y'all can follow me. Follow my new IG, KIZZQY. KIZZYQ, my bad. Kizzy Q. But you can type me in on Google. Just type in KIZZQ. And I'm going to pop right up.
Yeah, DJ Flight. That's with 2 T's, 314. That's on IG, Facebook. And also follow the Mixx Radio show, the Mixx Radio show, the Mixx_radio show, I'm sorry, on IG and Facebook. And actually tap in with the Mixx Live as well. We got all new content, exclusive content dropping on the Mixx Live from the Mixx Live shows coming up on February 10th. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that and follow us up, man. Tap in.
Yeah.
And who was y'all just interviewed by?
Man, shout out my nigga, what's new in the loop, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Yeah. Locked in, tapped in that way. Yeah. Follow the Mixx. My boy gonna be special guest media too, February 10th. Yes, so make sure y'all pull up. Shout out B.E.T, man. Let's get it.
Tap in, what's new in the loop.
Yes, sir. Just like that. All right.